morning, everyone. Welcome to another Wednesday video. I'm Marg from Creative Stamping with Marg. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from St. Albert, Alberta, Canada. Today we're going to be making a fun fold card that was inspired by a swap card that I made at a meeting a long time ago, but I've just come across it again and thought, I think I'm going to try this. So we're going to use some newer products and aiming a bit for the fall. All right, let's go down to my desk. I've got some things on my desk to start with. Now that it's September, I have a new card kit. This one is definitely a fall card kit. As you can see, you would get everything to make the 4 cards and matching envelopes. If you are in my area, the Edmonton area, its porch pickup is $15. This card kit can be mailed anywhere in Canada for an extra $5. You just need to contact me with your request, and you can get a hold of me through my website, margaretgorn.stampinup.net. And the kit will include a PDF, and I've also done videos on those 2 cards, YouTube videos. All right, so that's my new card kit that will be running all of September. This is the paper pumpkin kit that you can subscribe to before September the 10th, so not too many more days. And it is fall themed, as you can see, with leaves and that cute little snail. All right. If you need help with that, again, you can contact me and I can walk you through that. Our mini catalog is now live. I can show you the inside of it, but there's nothing that I need to show you from today's cards, so we're just going to leave it for another week. But it is available, and if you don't have a demonstrator and you don't have a catalog, please get a hold of me and I can mail one out to you. All right. Okay, I will show you the card that inspired me. This is a card we made at Stampin' Up! Meeting that we had, demonstrator meeting, and this was made by Karen Yeomans. And it's quite a long time ago, but I really liked it and I've never recreated it. So it's opens like this, and it opens like this. And that's like a little card within your card. It does stand like that. So I always called these cards that had, the little opening, half opening, a Dutch door card. I don't know if that's what it's called or not, but it's an easy card to recreate. So that's where my inspiration came from for today. Today we are going to be using, our card base is Mossy Meadow. It is 5.5 by 8.5. But you can see I've taken a piece out of it. So 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. What you need to do is take your paper trimmer and cut down 3 inches and then come across. So making that little door, that piece you're not going to be using. So we need that in our Mossy Meadow. We also need the little card in Mossy Meadow, and it is 2 3/4 by 8.5, folded at 4 1/4. So it goes in like that, right? Okay, and I've chosen to use basic beige today for my background. So you need 2 pieces, one for the front of your little card and one for the inside of the little card where you're going to do your writing or any greeting that you want to put inside there. So these 2 pieces of basic beige are 2 5/8 across by 4 1/8, and they just give you that little border around. Now on this card, she used an embossed piece. I'm going to use some designer series paper, and today I'm using a piece of that Thoughtful Designs specialty designer series paper. Comes in all the different colors. So I've chosen the one that's the green that goes along with this. And it's going to go in the back like that. And I also have a little strip of that, a 1/2 inch strip by 2 5/8, so that will go across the inside piece here, like that. That's for the inside of my card. I'm going to decorate it that way. And then I've got some leaves that I've cut and embossed from the Changing Leaves bundle. So this bundle, if you're not aware of it, there's the stamp set. It comes with, it's a hybrid embossing folder. So you get the dies that look like this, and the big die that looks like this, and it fits right into your embossing folder. It slots right in there, and you can put your piece of paper in, close it up, emboss it, and it will emboss and cut your leaves out. So that's what I've done for 2 of the leaves. I've also used this for my greeting, and I've used this to cut a piece of foil. So we'll look at all of that in a minute, and I have an envelope ready to go when we're doing some stamping here. So I'll move this out of the way. What we're going to start with first is I'm going to do the stamping. If you noticed on my card that I was inspired by, there was some stamping here. So I am going to lay this here and put a piece of scrap paper inside because I just want the stamping just on that little flap. So I am using this leaf from the Changing Leaf stamp set, and I am using Mossy Meadow. And I hadn't decided if I wanted to do full strength or stamped off once. Let's see what I think. I think maybe I'll stamp it off once. So I'm going to stamp it off, and I think come in like that. That looks good. I don't want it to be too dark. Stamp it off. Oops, I just stuck my finger in it. And maybe come like that. And you're only going to see a portion of it because that card lays in front. But I'm thinking I still would like a little bit of leaf here, like that. And maybe a little bit of that leaf up. Just a minute, I'll stamp this a bit better here. A little bit of this leaf, maybe. Like that. So you can do anything you like with it. It's entirely your own piece. And that, of course, you really only see that when you open the card up. So there's the stamping. Okay, I can get rid of the scratch paper. All right, I keep moving this, sorry. And I think we can sort of start to assemble. So I'm going to glue this piece into the back. And this specialty paper was just the one-sided paper. It's white on the back. Oh, I was using this already today, so it should come out. All right, I hope everybody's having a good week and getting some crafting in. It was a long weekend here, of course, Labor Day weekend. So I did get a few things accomplished. And just on an aside note, I will not be here next week for a video. I am going away just for a short little holiday to visit some relatives in Vernon. So I won't be here doing a video next Wednesday, so I will be back the following Wednesday. So 4th, 11th, I will be back on the 18th. I think that's right. Yes, the 18th. So I'm just going to glue this little strip of designer series paper, and I'm trying to see which way it goes that I like. And I'm using my grid paper so that I get it lined up here. And remember, you can always cut the little end off if it's sticking out, which this one is. So I will just trim that off like that. Okay, so that's going in the inside of our card. And I am not putting anything in the inside of, no greeting in the inside of this card. I'm leaving it blank. I haven't decided yet if it's going to be a Thanksgiving card or it's going to be a thank you card, because the greeting I chose for the front comes from the Autumn Leaves bundle, which is a returning bundle of products, and I'm stamping the outside with a grateful heart. So, and we can also glue this on. Looking at this and thinking it's got some marks on it, but we're not going to see this because I am going to be covering it up, pretty much covering it up with some leaves, like I said, that I cut out from that hybrid embossing folder. Okay, so that piece goes on there. And then we can glue this right in here. The way that I like to glue it is just take the card and center it on your background. And that is in the perfect position. So you're looking at all four sides. So nice strong adhesive on here. So you could use tear and tape, Seal Plus, or the Tombow to get it glued on. All right, so just eyeballing it and hoping I've got it looking pretty good. Making sure it opens correctly like that, and it will go like this. So that basically is your card, just like that. It's kind of a fun one. I kind of like it. All right, so what I've chosen for the, sorry, I'm just going to move the ink pad and the stamp out of the way before, oh, I was going to do something with that. That's okay. I have cut the larger and embossed the larger leaf there in Old Olive. I have the maple leaf embossed and cut out in Early Espresso. And then I cut these leaves out of silver paper because this paper, as you can see, has a silver background. So I thought that was good. And I've also brought in some of the silver ribbon that was, it's an online exclusive gold and silver trim combo pack. So it's the flat trim that I was thinking I would use. And there's my greeting, which I've already stamped with a grateful heart. And I cut out with that oval shaped die. So now basically we're just going to assemble the leaves on here. And it doesn't matter that they are off the edges of your little card, but they can't be too close to the top because you're going to want to open this, right? So we don't want to impede that. So what I thought I would do is I thought I would have them kind of like that. And actually, I think this might have to be straighter. We can also trim that bottom stem off a little. And I thought I might put this like that and this like that, and then have this just coming across. I kind of want this leaf to be a little more. I think I will cut this stem off so I can play with this guy a little more. And maybe it will end up going, I don't know, I kind of want to be able to see that leaf a little bit better. Maybe that looks better. It's sticking out the top and the bottom. And I also thought I could use this silver ribbon underneath my label. So I'm thinking if the silver leaf is going that way, I want my ribbon to be coming out this way. So what I often do with this, I'll bring in my silicone mat, is I just run some seal across the back. And that way you can just place your ribbon and you can always pull it off if you don't like the way it looks. So I want my ribbon to be going this way, I think. And because this ribbon, when you turn it over, it sort of has a white line down it. I don't really like that, so I'm just going to turn it on itself and have it going like this. Oh, sorry. It's sticking to my fingers and not sticking to the ribbon. There. And then I want this to be turned on itself again. So it's turned over this way. And I think I want this end to go over here. So I want it to kind of look like that. Let's see what I think of that. Again, you can just play with it. I kind of like that. That looks good. I will use my ribbon scissors here and cut this off. I'm not sure how long I want this to be. This piece is not where I want it. This loop, sorry, I want this loop to be a little narrower. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to put this on with dimensionals. So it's going to look like that, I hope. And another way to get this to stick down, I can just put a little bit of glue on the back because I see that this ribbon doesn't want to stay there. Just hold it for a second. Sorry, I'm out of camera view there. I just put a little bit of glue on the back there. You can also run a piece of tear and tape across over top of this, but I'm going to just turn it over like that, and I'm going to put some dimensionals on it, and that'll hold it. Okay, I'm just about out of dimensionals here. Have to open some new ones. All right. So I am going to put a dimensional right on top of all that ribbon there. And I'm going to put them in a little bit because it is, going to overlap our little card a bit. So now I want to place these on here. And I think I will trim this little end off a bit, just so that it's on here that way, that way, that way. Okay, so I have taken a pencil and I have just burnished these a little bit to just wear the fibers. Just, yeah, break the fibers down a little bit. And you can go both ways, whichever way you think you'd like your leaves to be. You can go sideways if you want, like this. You can have them bent in the middle. There is a crease on these leaves, so you can do that. Just to give them some kind of dimension, make them look a little more real, possibly. And I think I will just put the glue just on the backs of the very bottoms of those leaves. So they will look like this. And then I like to leave the ends kind of loose because I like that look, that it's not all attached to the card. Now, remember what I said about not having it near your fold, so you can still open that card. Okay, so that looks good. And then I'm going to put this down next, I think. And this little silver one I should have cut on my adhesive sheets because that's been a saver for me lately, but I forgot. So there we go. I'm going to put them over this way a bit, only because I want to put that silver ribbon at an angle. Okay, and then this one, again, I've just rolled this with my pencil so that it has some dimension, and I want the edges of the leaves to be sticking up, so I'm not attaching it all down. Just give that a minute to set, and then I've got my dimensional backs to take off here. I've just got 3 dimensionals on this. I did stamp my greeting in Mossy Meadow. And, sorry, I have to move this and make sure this greeting goes on here straight. There. That looks good. Whoops, sorry. Bang the camera. Move this out of the way. So there we go. So it says, with a grateful heart. Open it up like that. Open it up like that. And there's your inside for where you can write. All right. So that goes together pretty quickly. And like I say, with my inspiration card, this was just stamped and a bow added here and some gems. Very simply done. So that was this is a more stepped up version of it, possibly. I did bring my envelope in, and I meant to do some stamping on my envelope while I had my leaf here. So I bring my leaf back. Bring my leaf back, and I will stamp a leaf on this. Bring my scrap paper in. So I can I'm just going to put a leaf down, the leaf down that edge there. And I think I will stamp it full strength. Maybe not. Stamp it off. It is very dark. And then I'm just going to stamp it along here. And that allows you to have a little bit of interest on your envelope that goes along with your card and just makes it really go together well. All right, there's that card. Now, I did make another card that I wanted to show you, and this was done from a paper pumpkin kit. This was the Painted Petals July 2024 kit. It was a gorgeous kit. So same idea. In the kit, you got these cutouts. It's Melon Mambo, so I chose a Melon Mambo card base, and that die cut just fit on our little card, and that was one of the words that was in it. Let's celebrate you. I added a piece of retired Melon Mambo ribbon, and these were the sequins that came in the kit that I decorated with. Oh, I forgot to put gems on our card. We'll go back and do that. I did emboss the background like my inspiration card was, and opened it up, and I did stamp. This was one of the stamps that was in the kit. I stamped that, and there's the edge of it, and that's the card. So that one turned out excellent also. I love the look of that one. So we've got that also. Sorry, I had brought in some gems. I brought in rhinestones to put on this card because I thought I wanted something silverish. Got little ones and big ones here that I'll use. I wanted something silverish on this card, so I brought these in. So let's put one large one, this one here, and I think maybe I'll just put it maybe right there. And oh, I see I've got a little one on the back of this one here. There. Not a lot of spots to put these. I've covered things up rather well, haven't I? Okay. One more. I'll maybe just put it right up there. There we go. There, that finishes it off with the silver. I think that looks really pretty. All right, so there's our card for today. A bit of a fun fold, but an easy one. Just a little bit of creative cutting of your card base to get that little door, and we are done. All right, I hope everybody enjoyed that, and I sure appreciate your thumbs up, and please subscribe to my YouTube so that you don't miss any of my videos. I try to come on every Wednesday. Again, I will not be here next Wednesday, but I will be back on September the 18th. All right, hope everybody has a great week.